Here's Dave, back with another video and back with another topic. How the fuck is everyone doing? Welcome. What a week, what a week. I first want to thank everybody that's came over from my old channel to this channel, much appreciated. And everybody here for the first time, much appreciated. And everybody's been checking out Dave's Octagon over there on my other channel, which we've been having a blast streaming, talking UFC shit, talking MMA stuff, me kicking Dexter's ass day in and day out, night in and night out. No, he actually got me a few days ago, but I kicked his ass 3 times straight and sent him up the tree that he came from, the little squirrel boy Dexter. Oh man, it was pretty good lately. Me and Ty have been having some good fights. Even Dexter, Demon King, we've been having a blast. Everybody's been over supporting that channel, much appreciated. If you're over here too supporting this channel, much appreciated. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I've been meaning to make this video the past few days. I've tried to make it, but I have dogs that like to constantly keep barking and it ruins the video. So I've had that going on and I messed up the video a few times. So let's see if we can do it this time. Alright, if you aren't already aware of the whole thing with Nintendo, basically their investors are basically panicking about the Nintendo Switch. And the reason why they're panicking, I want to give you my take on this whole thing of what I think's going on. But basically, they're, upset about, the whole thing with the stock price basically declining after E3, 17% since E3, and shares have been down 34% since March. If you were one like me that was watching Nintendo's latest E3 Direct, the latest one, you might have noticed how it started out pretty good. They were showing games, like they went in some indies, and then all of a sudden they went into one game called this game right here, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. And they went into it, right? And it's going. They're showing you the roster, which it has a huge roster. I mean, so many fighters. The game is going to be packed full of, like, fucking shit. Like, it'll probably be the biggest Smash Brothers game ever. It has pretty much every, fighter that was ever in the game. I mean, the game's loaded with people. Solid Snake, Pac-Man, Ryu, Link, the list goes on. It has Mega Man. I mean, it's definitely no shortage of fighters. But you might have noticed it went on awfully long, and I'm thinking in my head, probably like you were thinking, like, oh man, they must have a big, Nintendo Direct. And all of a sudden it came to an end, and they directed you to Treehouse, and it was over. And you're like, what? Did I miss something? Um, and it was crazy because if you saw like Sony's E3, which was fucking out of this world, I think Sony definitely won E3, hands down. Microsoft didn't have a bad show, but Sony, they took the gold. I mean, I'd say definitely Microsoft silver and Nintendo they got the bronze. The past 2 years, Nintendo has won E3 in my eyes, basically 3 years, I think. But when it comes to this year, it just I'd say 2 years. 2 years they won E3. 2 years. But this year it wasn't them at all. No, they did not win this year. And and that will bring down the stock price. Like because people are wondering, and this is what it is. The shareholders, they are investing into the Nintendo Switch, and you got to take it from their point of view. They had just went through the Wii U. They had money in that and lost their fucking money, all right? And they're worried about this thing becoming the next Wii U too. They don't want that, and I can't blame them. I can't blame them. And if you or anybody like me that owned a Wii U, I apologize. I will apologize and I hope Nintendo should still be apologizing for that shit. What they did with the Wii U. It wasn't the Wii U was a bad console. It's that they didn't, support it. It was not a supported console. You could definitely see the support in the Switch. That horror show, the Wii U, no. I apologize. Like I said, if they ain't still apologizing. I mean, I had 3 years and it was enough. It was what was the final straw for me, which I drew a lot of straws. But I'm just saying, I made excuses for that thing like many others here on YouTube, and I don't know why we do that. I don't know why we make excuses for consoles. The only reason I could think is because we like the company so much, and we want to see great things. I see Sony guys making a lot of excuses. I mean, I really like Nintendo. I'm not saying I like all of them, but Nintendo, I was really hoping with the Wii U things would turn around. I was looking forward to the game, The Devil's Third, and once I heard that was a pile of shit, and that Zelda Breath of the Wild was delayed again, I was like, 3 years was enough of this. I said, I'm done. It's over. It's finished. And that was the end of my Wii U experience. Good riddance. But then when I got the Nintendo Switch, it had, last year was the best year I would say for a console launch ever. Like the PS4 had 2 rough years for its console launch, and it finally got better. You had people like anybody who was playing its game, the big game for it, Killzone 4 Shadowfall, which I've never liked that series. I thought the whole series was shit, except maybe the third one, which I didn't even find that great. But I'm just saying that if you've seen anybody streaming Killzone 4 or Shadowfall, like Killzone, Shadowfall 4, whatever the fuck, if you've seen anybody streaming that game, they were falling asleep or they had tears in their eyes while they were telling you it was great because they're Sony defenders. Like, no, the game was fucking awful. It was a struggle for people to play it. It was bad. Most of the people were playing was that damn game Resogun, which I didn't buy. I didn't spend $400 for a console to play a fucking Twitch shooter. I just didn't. I didn't. It's not the game it was bad or anything. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't think console's worth $400 for a Resogun. I'm sorry, you can't. And people were saying that. Come on. People like RXL. Come on. No RXL, no. But yeah. So after all that, if you look at everything like how the PS4 was, the PS3's launch, which was rough too. It was a bad two years. 3 years possibly with that. It took about 3 years. I'd say the PS4 was 2 years to get going. Uh, then you look at the PS2, which that didn't have a bad, launch year, but it wasn't. It's nothing compares to what the Switch did for its first year with games like ARMS, Splatoon 2, Mario plus Rabbids. Shit, you had Super Mario Odyssey, a juggernaut of a game within its first year, which you'd only see one of these games at usually, like something that big. But you got Zelda Breath of the Wild, another juggernaut, and you got Xenoblade 2. Like, you got all these games and re-releases like Pokken Tournament, and then they had a Street Fighter 2. I mean, the list went on. It was crazy, but it's hard to live up to a year like that. It's very hard to do that the second year, and the reason that Nintendo did that is because they had to make up for the Wii U. They had to make up for the Wii U, so they came out, knocking doors down, taking names, burning shit down. Like, they're like, we are gonna fucking make this Switch work, and they did. The Switch is flying off the shelves and still kind of is, even though their shares are a little bit down. Once I'm telling you guys, once Smash Brothers Ultimate comes out this year, that's a big game. That's a huge game, and then you're gonna have another game like this one that's definitely gonna sell units. This game sells handheld games like handheld consoles like crazy. Now it's on a handheld slash home console. Their big Pokemon game, Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee, which we know that's a console seller. It's a handheld seller, and definitely gonna be a console seller too. Pokemon games are huge. People have been wanting a Pokemon game on a home console for a long time, and now you're getting it. You're finally getting it, and it's big. Like two big games: Smash Brothers Ultimate and Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee. They're two games right there. And Nintendo said, because the board meeting was at the board meeting, the shareholders were really getting on Kimishima, and he said, "I assure you that there will be more. There's just stuff that we don't even have announced yet." But they just want to know. I mean, I don't blame them, you know. And another thing too, you got a new president. That was Kimishima's last board meeting, so they're really wanting to know because they, you know, here's a new guy that's not a new guy. He's been with Nintendo for a minute. I'm not even gonna say his name really, but his last name Furukawa. I can't pronounce a lot of them Japanese names, and I'm not gonna try. You know, it's bad enough with me with some of the UFC fighters I don't know with some of their names. It's just hard to pronounce them. But he's going to be stepping down Kimishima, and this new guy, Furukawa, he's going to be taking place of that president. And you know, they're just a little worried. You have new president. You're going to have, you know, they have their money invested. They're thinking of the Wii U also. You know. And they did, and Kimishima did say that they do predict to sell 20 million units by the end of their physical year, which will be March. So that will put them at, you know, they're at right now 17.8, which is the Wii U didn't sell that in 5 years. Okay, that should tell you enough right there. The Switch is going to be fine. That should put them about roughly 40 million units sold, you know, by March. You know, do I think they could sell 20 million units? Yes. Do I think they're going to? I don't know. I mean, it just depends. You know, it depends what else they have not announced yet. You know, what Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate sell consoles like sell 20 million? Yes, they could. But can I tell you, yeah, for sure? I don't know. I mean, it just depends. I just know Pokemon Let's Go. I know Pokemon Go is a huge game, and now coming to consoles is going to be fucking huge. So that's what I'm saying. There's a good chance they will. You know, they definitely will. But yeah, I just want to know what you guys think about it. And they did announce some games, like other than these two, like they did announce that Warframe is coming to the Nintendo Switch, which is a 4-year-old game. A lot of people I hear saying, but you know, guys, I see on PS4 and Xbox One, they always get old remasters that are even older than 4 years old. Come on, guys. I mean, that's bullshit saying that. You know, it's guys, people that are solely Nintendo, you know, only do Nintendo, like basically Switch only owners. They never played Warframe, you know, because that wasn't on the Wii U. You know, I'm just saying. And then you got also, which is a big thing to some people. I just never was into this game right here. I'm just being honest. I was never, you know, really into this game. But the first one I just didn't interest me. But Overcooked 2 is coming out. That's another one. And you also just had too one thing I wanted to mention. Oh, then you have this coming out too. Project Octopath, which is Octopath Traveler, which is coming out very soon. I don't know if it's this month or next month. I think it's the possibly sometime towards the end of this month. Project Octopath Traveler is coming out. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure on that. But that was a good demo that I played. It's really good. And I'll probably pick that one up because I did enjoy that. But right now, I've been playing on my Switch, which got me back to my Switch, has been Fortnite Battle Royale. And one thing I want to say that the Switch actually did, which we and Microsoft, that you know no other the big three did until this game, was they did crossplay, which is awesome because I can play with my nephew on Xbox when I'm playing the Switch. That's cool. That's fucking huge, guys. This is something that we've been wanting for a long time to see, like crossplay, and this can only, you know, this brings something even you know, closer to the future possibly happening, where we'll see like games like Call of Duty doing it, and you know, UFC possibly, you know, like it'd be cool playing Xbox people in EA UFC 3 or EA UFC 4. Like it's opening the gates. Sony's all against it right now, but that could change in the future. You know, eventually if they see a lot of people want that, they'll do it, you know. But guys, that's my video. I just think, you know, with the Nintendo Switch, you know, I can understand the shareholders being worried because the whole thing with the Wii U. And two, you just got to take into consideration with on Nintendo's side of things, they just had a huge first year that you didn't even see in like any other consoles really ever do in the past. You know, with a launch lineup within its first year. You know, like I'm just saying, within the first year, you got more games exclusive wise than I've ever seen. It was crazy, like big name exclusives. Like I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. It's like, I think Nintendo will have a good second year. I think Smash Brothers Ultimate will be a great game. I think, the Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee will be good. I'll probably get both them games. And they'll have some unannounced. But I think after that first year with how big it was, they have to kind of recuperate. And, they got games, but I'd say the third year will be even better than the second. I think the second year will be its rough year. Instead of having like the first year its rough year, they couldn't do the first year being rough year because they had to make up for the Wii U. Does that make sense? So instead you're getting the second year kind of little sparse. They'll say like when they were saying Sony didn't have no games, how it was sparse. So the second year is gonna be a little sparse, but you're still gonna get great games. I'd say the third year will be a bigger year than the second. But I don't think the second will be that bad. It's like this. Like, look at this. Like any of you guys that listen to music. When a band comes out with a hit, it's hard sometimes for them to top that hit. They can't do it. Some bands can do it. They can make hit after hit like Metallica, or Guns N' Roses, or Nirvana. You know, and then you have even with the rap. You had Tupac that made hit after hit, Biggie Smalls that made hit after hit. But then when you went to Vanilla Ice, he had one hit, and that was it. And then he become one-hit wonders. Nintendo will make more hits. They always do it. The Switch is awesome. It's like this. Like, okay, for example, when EA UFC 3 came out, I was more, it wasn't on the Nintendo Switch. I love if UFC was on the Switch. I'd definitely get it on the Switch because you can play it in handheld mode. But I'm just saying, like, that took me away from the Switch. So I was playing the Switch a lot until that came out. And then I was sucked into games like PUBG that didn't have. Now that it has Fortnite, I play a lot of Fortnite on my Switch, you know. But point of the matter is, I didn't go into the eShop for a while, right? Last time I went in the eShop was a while back when before EA UFC 3 came out and PUBG. Well, one time I went in when I was going in there, I was playing. I actually jumped back on to try to finish LA Noire, which is a great game on the Switch. If you haven't played it, pick it up. It is on other consoles, but if anybody's never played it, that you're Nintendo only, pick it up. It's a fun game. But I went into the eShop, right? Haven't been there for like, I don't know, like 2 months or so. 2, 3 months. 2 months, I'd say. And I went in there and it was loaded with games. Like somebody I was talking to, if they said like, and I agree with them totally. If you can't find something in the eShop that you want to play, there's something wrong, guys. There's something wrong. There's so many games on the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch has more games on the Switch, in my opinion, that I could see. I don't think I'm wrong on this, but I could be. It has more games than the fucking Wii U ever had as of this point right now. That I was just saying, like look at all the games it has in the eShop. It's ridiculous. But guys, that's my video. Tell me what you think. That's my take on it, basically, on the whole thing. I think Nintendo. I understand why the board, the shareholders are upset. They're worried about they don't want the Switch being the next Wii U 2. I know that, but I just think, and when shares go down a little bit, everybody panics. That's just the way it is. But I think Nintendo will be fine. I think it'll have a great life cycle. It will go its full life cycle with the Nintendo Switch. Not like the Wii U that had to go short because it sucks so bad because they didn't support the damn thing. Nintendo supports the Switch. Nintendo cares about the Switch. They knew the Wii U was a failure. They knew it was a failure, and like I said, Nintendo should still be apologizing for that fucking horror show. I'll apologize. It was so bad. I feel sorry for anybody that also had to go through it like I did. I apologize, guys. I apologize. I felt bad one time. At first it wasn't that bad. You had games. You had games, and it seemed good. The first year, and I told Wolfflow when I was talking to Wolfflow, I was like, "Oh, it's good, get one, man, it's good," and he got one. I felt bad, telling him to get one when after that thing fucking flopped. I apologize, Wolfflow. I'm sorry. If you're watching this video, I do feel bad about that to this day. I do. But yeah, guys, that's my video. Check out Dave's Octagon, like I said. Link is in the description. And thank you for your support. It's much appreciated. I enjoy doing videos. I'm getting back in the hang of it. Give me a break. I'm back. I redid this video I don't know how many times because I haven't done videos in a long time. And the way I have to do videos, I have to do them all in one shot because I don't have an edit. My videos, when I put it in Movie Maker, it won't let me edit it. The sound messes up or something weird. It won't filter the video. It's strange. So I gotta work on that. It's just a pain in the ass to do videos. I gotta do them all in one shot. But that's it, guys. More videos to come. Later, YouTube.